If you're fat, I'm going to take a quick minute and explain why. This isn't a judgment video or anything. This is just very mechanistically the way that a person gets fat. So, the first thing I want you to do is understand that your liver is kind of like a battery. You need blood sugar, that's glucose, for moving through the world, for sitting around thinking about things. Your brain needs it, your muscles need it, everything needs it. So, glucose is created two different ways. You can eat it, or it can be made in your liver. I'm having a cup of coffee with a ton of fat and heavy cream in it right now. So, your liver acts like a battery. It charges and discharges, basically, and that's the glycogen. So, let's say you wake up in the morning and you have, normal blood sugar, but no carbs in your stomach or in your gut. You go to the breakfast and you're going to pour a big bowl of Fruity Pebbles and have that with a glass of orange juice. So as soon as you've introduced sugar and carbohydrates into your system, your liver is immediately going to stop its discharge process, providing blood sugar to your body, and it's going to look for that sugar to come from your guts. And that's fine. Well, as soon as your guts and stomach are providing all this blood sugar, your blood sugar is going to rise, and as it rises, it's going to go past a normal level. At that point, your body needs to do something about it. So it calls on the pancreas. The pancreas releases a peptide called insulin. And insulin is just a signaling molecule. It's going to go out in your bloodstream and it's going to tell your liver that you have high blood sugar at this moment in time. That's when the liver starts to scoop up all the blood sugar out of your bloodstream, and it saves it. It's what's called glycogen. So that after you've processed your orange juice and your Fruity Pops and all that, you still need blood sugar. Your liver will begin to discharge that glycogen that it saved from its earlier insulin signal. And this will just keep you going. Well, imagine if you didn't eat carbs, let's say for lunch. Well, your liver will just keep making blood sugar. You'll be fine. What if you didn't eat carbs for dinner? It'll just keep making blood sugar. It'll keep making blood sugar until it runs out of glycogen. When it runs out of glycogen, it's going to start to access body fat and convert that into energy. It's called gluconeogenesis, where you take, it's like glucose, sugar, right? New, genesis, to generate new sugar. It's going to generate new sugar from body fat and put that back into your bloodstream so that you can continue to function. So if you eat carbs on a regular basis, I'm talking 3-4 times a day, this is just like a little battery. You charge it up, it's full of glycogen. It can't take any more glycogen. But for lunch, you had Pop-Tarts and a pizza, or washed it down with a soda pop, or stopped off at the truck stop on your way to work, and we're drinking sugar. The more sugar you consume, you just continually plug that charger, let's say, back into your liver. Well, it's full of glycogen. It can't take any more. So when it can't take any more, it starts to save it as fat in your liver. And this is how people get fatty liver disease. You'll hear this a lot with people who drink a lot or just eat non-stop sugary snacks, right? They get a fatty liver. Well, once the liver is fat, you're still pounding them carbs, man. They're coming down the pipe. The body has nowhere to put them. So then it starts to convert all that excess energy into body fat. And if you look at a skinny person and a fat person, they actually have the same number of fat cells. It's just that in a skinny person, those cells are deflated, and in a fat person, they're inflated. And I hear a lot of times people will say, well, it's hereditary. It isn't hereditary. There were no fat people in Auschwitz. There are no fat people at the end of an episode of Alone. It isn't hereditary. Okay, you could say it's hereditary like this. My love of cars is hereditary because my dad liked cars. Or maybe your love of music or the theater or your political views are hereditary because your parents train you to think a certain way. So they just trained you how to eat. So here's the simple solution. Stop eating carbs altogether, because if you stop eating carbs, your body will drain out its glycogen, defat the liver, and start burning body fat, and you'll just lose a ton of weight. A lot of people that I've coached onto the carnivore diet lose a tremendous amount of weight in a pretty short amount of time. So you don't have to be hungry. This isn't a starvation diet. You get to eat meat anytime you want. You just have to eat meat. You don't get to eat anything else. And as long as you're eating meat and fat, you'll just continue to consume body fat at a rate that will probably surprise you. The pounds just fall off. Now, if you eat 17 steaks a day, you're not going to lose weight. You have to eat a few pounds of meat a day. And good luck with that, because when you're eating just meat, it fills you up so much, it's so filling and satiating, that to sit around and pound 5 pounds of meat in a day is really hard to do. You're just going to be basically full and satiated all the time, and you'll stop craving carbs after a few days. Anyway, if you guys have more questions about carnivore diet, hit me up. Bye.